Gratitude, most divine angels, ancestors, spirit guides, my highest light for cleansing and purifying any impurities on my decks here. No negative energies, no negative entities. I declare and I decree, Ashe. Clear and precise messages for the collective, Ashe. Truth and only truth, declare and decree, Ashe. How's it going, y'all? A lot of y'all are in the healing energy. Have hope also as well for whatever it is that you may be going through at this time. Could be feeling a good shift here. Doing well. Thanks for asking. The devil and the magician. Interesting. Okay. There may be something that is trying to break your manifestations here. Okay. This may be something where you may be feeling like you can't catch some sort of break here. But this is something to where stay on track. Okay. Because whatever this is that's trying to get in the way of your manifestations, whether this is a person or this is just, an entity. So this could be just an entity that's moving through different people or whatever the case may be. But there's something that may be trying to keep you bound, to where your manifestations are not going to be flourishing. But that's not the case. Okay. Hey, Miss Blacklisted. But yeah, that's not the case here is what I'm picking up on. Okay. Yeah. Especially with the Three of Wands energy. So like I said, just keep on moving forward. Some of you are seeing 333 heavy. Okay. Some of you are in here because there's some sort of insomnia. And it's been a heavy this moon cycle. Okay, it's been heavy this week that you have been kind of having a lot of insomnia. Not really been able to sleep here. Also as well, something's kind of keeping you up. Some of you may be having kind of dreams of something chasing you. Also as well as what I'm picking up on. Something chasing you or someone chasing you in the dream. Someone has been healing. Okay. Some of you have been healing, and whatever this is that you've been releasing in regards to these entities or, this energy, this negative energy or whatever the case may be. You're releasing some of these, attachments, some of these like demons energy. Okay. And it's like your own demons is what I'm picking up on. So it's like, say for instance, you was very, greedy. Okay. And you're healing from, being, very greedy, or, selfish in a sense. You may be healing from sexual, issues to where you may have been addicted sexually. So some of you are healing from some of these patterns. And so with some of these patterns here, you may be picking up on certain nightmares. You may be having like overthinking thoughts also as well. This is because you're detaching from that energy. So with you detaching from that energy, yeah, the high priestess energy and the sun, yeah, you're trusting your intuition at this time. You're going towards your happiness and your joy. Okay. As above, so below. So this is something to where there's a feeling that you feel like you can't necessarily shake, but spirit wants you to keep on going. Okay. That's what I'm saying. You're seeing 444, 333. This is you being protected. All right, this could be another reason why you're waking up in the middle of the night, is because your spirit team is waking you up. Okay, that's why I said if you're having dreams of something like chasing you, someone feeding you, you may be having dreams of someone trying to, have sex with you in your dreams, especially if you are trying to break that energy of, being so, addicted sexually, anything that's trying to have sex with you in your dreams, that you want to back off from. That's usually sometimes like an entity. So sometimes that entity can be playing as somebody who you desire sometimes also as well. So it may not be actually truly who they are. It could be an entity that is showing up in their form to where they're trying to bind you in the spiritual. Yep, bind you in the spiritual realm. Yeah. To where they're trying to bind you in the spiritual realm. Okay. So you got to protect yourself. I'm having dreams of someone trying to talk to me, but I don't want to talk to them. Yeah, judgment. Yeah, so pay attention to your dreams. Write your dreams down also as well. So if you get a lot of dreams, especially during this full moon, now until I'm hearing now until next week. So some of you may be getting dreams a lot. Excuse me, confirmation. And so Spirit wants you to write these dreams down at this time because there's certain information that you're going to be getting at this time, okay? About people or just, signs, okay? Signs is in your dreams. What else would you have to tell me to do, Spirit? Yeah, some of you are getting made aware of, ahead of time. You're getting signs that someone, whoever that was that commented and said you're getting dreams about someone wanting to talk to you but you don't want to. This is someone who may be trying to come back around, or they may be blocked. They may be trying to come back around during Mercury retrograde, because this is what we're in right now. Is we're in Mercury retrograde shadow period. So I believe it starts on the 9th. For Mercury retrograde. So that's when a lot of people sometimes, get to showing up, from the past, or you just kind of resurfacing something that you may need to tend back to. So what you may want to do is just protect yourself, or you may be getting alerted that somebody's coming back around, or someone's going to try to talk to you or reach out to you. You're just getting alerted ahead of time from your spirit team from the past. 6 of Cups energy. Like I said, some of you are going to be encountering people from the past, whether that's people exactly that betrayed you. 5 of Swords energy. Whoever these people are that may have betrayed you at one point, okay, they're from your past and from your childhood also as well, okay? You could have recently let certain people go, or just kind of recently backed off of certain people, or this is people that you may not have talked to in a while. I'm picking up on someone who hasn't talked to somebody in like 2 years. So they're going to be trying to get back in your energy, but you already know that somebody snaked you. Okay, or you may not know that somebody snaked you. Okay, so just pay attention to the people that is trying to rekindle during this time. Okay, go with what your intuition or your body feels about these people. So not everybody that comes back around is meant to be rekindled with. Okay. It's not saying that you have to be in an energy to where it's like, angry or, being in a certain, you don't have to be in a way of, being rude or anything like that. Like, for instance, there was a couple of times where I had somebody who came back around, like people that I used to be cool with, friends, family, and I was getting warned about them for a long time. Yeah, the truth. About the truth. Exactly. The emperor. You can be an emperor that's going through some sort, you're finding the truth about certain people, okay? And they may be trying to resurface and get into your energy because they can feel you spiritually pulling away, okay? They can feel you spiritually. It's monitoring spirits that you may be coming across, okay? But so, there was a couple people that, try to come back around, a couple years later, and months later also as well, and, oh, I haven't talked to you in so long. I just want to really see how you've been doing. And, I've been thinking about certain things and blah, blah, blah. And whole time I was getting dreams of these people doing me dirty. Spirit was telling me about these people, and the whole reason why I cut them off is because of the way they was moving. So, pay attention to that, because sometimes people just be trying to pop back around just because time has, passed, to where it's like, oh, they probably forgot about it. We used to be cool. We used to be friends or really close. And, it wasn't something to where I threw back in their face. I just was like, oh, I'm doing great. Hope all is well, for you as well. But I'm going to continue to keep my love from a distance, instead of really rekindling this relationship. And that's just pretty much how I went about it. You just got to kind of, let it go gently, in a sense, to where there's just no need for connection, just because there's, people trying to come back in your energy. And pay attention to those people's responses also as well, because there was somebody who I didn't even get a response from, and there was also someone who was like, oh, okay, like, and that's when you can tell, what I'm saying, that people expect you to be a certain type of way. They expect you to, because they reached out, because they did some sort of, gesture that, that they felt that was on their heart. A lot of times certain people feel like certain things is on their heart because they're going through something very, they're going through guilt. They feel some sort of guilt. Thank you for the heart, me. They feel some sort of guilt. Okay. Yeah, exactly what I say. 3 of Cups and also the 9 of Swords. They feel some sort of guilt here. Okay. Like I said, there's people that may have done you wrong. Could have been a group of people. All right. 3 people, maybe particular, in general. All right. A lot of these people. So when I was talking to, or when these people reached out to me also as well, they was like, oh, you've been so heavily on my mind, whatever you're going through, this and this and that. And I'm just like, I'm not going through anything. Like, I'm not going through anything, but okay, if that's what you think, because I don't talk to you. But yeah, so some people will just kind of project onto you because they're going through it. So it's like they expecting that you're going through it. Yeah. 311 as I look up. So you can be seeing numbers kind of ending in 11. Okay. You may be getting the 411, 711, 811. Okay. This is spirit letting you know, okay, about the things that you're needing to trust your intuition with these people. 511 also is significant as well. So when you're seeing these repeated angel numbers, ask yourself why you're receiving these numbers. A lot of times, sometimes we are, we get, if you're starting out, in regards to seeing angel numbers, look them up, okay? Look them up and see what they, possibly mean, and see what resonates with you spiritually, okay? And then sometimes when it comes to angel numbers, sometimes we all kind of have different meanings of why our spirit team's bringing us, angel numbers. But for the most part, when you're starting out, those angel numbers, it's numerology. So numerology, just look up those angel numbers, okay? Like certain people have certain angel numbers assigned, when you kind of really start getting closer to your spirit team. There was angel numbers that I assigned with my spirit team, but I completely forgot when they would send me those angel numbers. So I'll just be like, yeah, just go ahead and send me the regular ones. Like, but anyways, yeah. Thank you. Let's see what's going on with the collective. Someone is getting protected by Archangel Michael. There's something that is being cleared for you, okay? Your path is being cleared. This could be why you heavily finding out about certain people around you. Thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate it. Someone's been eating eggs a lot. Like, you've been kind of switching up, like, what you want to do in regards to eating eggs. Like, you've been trying different ways of eggs, like scrambled eggs, and I'm seeing like a boiled egg, and I'm also seeing like a sunny side up egg. So you just been eating a lot of eggs. I feel like this is something to where that you're getting your protein in. So you may be having some sort of, like, you've been eating healthier also as well, in a sense. Cucumbers is significant also as well. Avocado is also as well. So yeah, I'm picking up on an energy to where somebody's been eating more healthier. Mainly what it is you've been trying to up your protein. I feel like this is something to where you've been like in the gym a lot. Like, you've been in the gym a lot. And I'm seeing someone like doing like push-ups, like stretches, like when you don't go to the gym. This may be a masculine is what I'm seeing. It's your way of kind of coping is what I'm picking up on. It's like your way of escaping. Like, it's your outlet, you know, it clears your mind is what I'm picking up on. So it's like when you go to the gym, when you work out, it's like it helps your body, like it helps your body and your mind connection. It clears yourself, okay, is what I'm picking up on. There's some certain family members that you may need to be careful of, okay? This may be some sort of like aunt and cousins, all right? There's some sort of family members that have been being a little bit weird. You may have been seeing these people also in a dream state, or you just been picking up on weird vibes with them. Like, the energy is weird. The energy is weird. So pay attention to these family members. I had somebody that booked with me recently, and they got a reading, and exactly with the 4 of Wands and the 5 of Swords. Okay, they got a reading with me, and they found out that somebody was doing them wrong. Okay, and it was their sister, and so. And so she was, you know, she's recently going to be going to court here soon to get some sort of custody over, you know, her child. And so her sister had, you know, commented on one of my videos and, you know, pretty much said that, you know, she was mad. Yeah, exactly. She was mad that I gave her sister a reading and, you know, and the things I said. And it's funny because I specifically told this lady not to talk to anybody because these people was not for her. And she specifically went back and told this lady details. And I'm like, this is so stupid because you have a whole court case coming up and this is literally who's behind it. Like, I'm just like, exactly the truth. Exactly. Like, I just was like, this is so stupid because I'm just like, why would she do that? She just fucked her own self up. Like, I don't know. Like, I got irritated. My back is stinging confirmation. Yeah. It didn't make any sense to me. So I just went ahead and blocked them because it's just, that's already giving me problematic. Like, it's just like, now you got people coming to me mad because of the readings that you got. Like, I can't help what spirit gotta say. literally divine source. Okay, so don't ever book no reading with me and think that you're going to go to somebody, you know what I'm saying, or whoever it is, and you tell them literally my whole name, or my name or whatever the case may be, so that they can be mad at me because of the reading that you got. Like, don't come book with me if you're not ready for the truth, is what I'm saying. If you're not ready for the truth, do not come book with me, okay? Because I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, and I'm going to tell you the truth, okay? But yeah, that was something that recently happened. And it's not easy, hearing about people that you thought that you really 100% trusted. It's not easy, especially when it comes to it being family as well. But, a lot of times family are the main ones that are attacking us, okay? That was something that definitely happened with me also as well. They was some of the main people that was attacking me. Like I said, there was a certain cousin that tried to come back around, and I seen her attacking me. She's always monitoring me and everything. So, family is not always everything, okay? A lot of times these spirits, these entities, yes, it's a collective. A lot of times these spirits, these entities use family members because they're the closest people to you, because you're not going to open up to someone random. You're not going to open up to too many, associates, so it's like they'll use your best friend, they'll use your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or they'll use, your family members because they're closest to you. They got to get close to you. They got to know, what you're going through and things of that nature. Okay. So that's why a lot of times our betrayal comes from, the people that we're closest to. All right. Full moon messages for the collective. She said it. My sibling don't talk to me and exclude me from my family events for 5 years now. Yeah, exactly. And a lot of times what I've been learning also when it comes to us reincarnating, a lot of times our family is, we may be placed in certain families because they are, for a lesson to be learned, a karmic family, to where we got to learn a certain lesson that we can't always just have our guard down just because of certain titles. So that's something that we learn also as well, or needing to learn, in these life lessons. A lot of times, also when it comes to reincarnating and, in this lifetime, the people, certain people that are karmic, that are in your south node energy. Thank you. Certain people that are in your south node energy are here with you so that you can learn a lesson and to move out of. So what was I about to say? So they could have been karmic in your past life. So say for instance, they could have been an enemy in your past life, and your both of your souls decided to come on earth, and encounter each other for someone to learn a particular lesson. So, they could have been your enemy in a past life. And so they're showing up as your enemy in this lifetime also as well. You just may not know it, that they was your enemy until you actually, exactly, I can't make it up. Monitoring spirits, Page of Swords, watching energy, stalking energy. All right, sneaky energy. I can't make it up. So, definitely to where, because they're meant to monitor you. That's why there's also a thing called a demonic handler. Okay, so when you have like a handler, that's somebody who is monitoring like your every move, your every step. So say for instance, in this lifetime, you're supposed to, be rich or have money, or you're going to awaken in this lifetime to where you're going to be, you're going to awaken into your spirituality. You're going to have an awakening. And so it's like these are people around you that try to keep you docile. So it's like, for instance, I was in a couple abusive relationships. So when I was in a couple of these abusive relationships and controlling the relationships, when I got out of the past relationship that I was just recently in, I went through a huge awakening. So it's like I was already going through an awakening back in 2020, but this relationship that I was hanging on to, I went into a whole bigger transformation. And so with me, with my path, I'm supposed to be I am a spiritual leader right now. So it's like my path, I didn't know that I was supposed to be a spiritual leader, but I've always been a leader. So I didn't know that I was supposed to be leading people spiritually at this time. And so when I was going through this situation, I was dealing with a narcissist. So he kept on programming, like, in my mind the whole time that we was together. Oh, you're lying. Your thought process is wrong, and this and this and that, and blah, 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 blah. And just really was trying to mess up my mental. And it happened, like, it's to where my mental state, sometimes I still don't even believe certain things that I say, because it was meant to break me. It was meant to break me down, to where I didn't come into this awareness of myself and be very intuitive. Okay, but it's like, I've always been intuitive since I was a child. I just didn't remember it because of all the trauma that I went to. So I used to get intuitive, like, prophetic dreams when I was younger also as well. There was a time where I was in bed and I was asleep, and I was dreaming of a man being in our backyard. And I kept seeing him, like, poke up in my window. And so when I woke up in the middle of the night, I woke up the next morning. I went into my mom's, into the kitchen, and I seen, like, this huge black shoe. And I'm like on the table, and I'm like, what is this black shoe doing here? Like, it was none of our shoes. And then it was also some black sunglasses. And I was like, what is this stuff? And my mom was like, this was, Poppy got someone's shoe and someone's glasses. There was somebody that was in our backyard last night. And because before she even said that, I was like, oh, I had this crazy dream. And I was like, that's exactly what my dream was. I was like, there was somebody that was in our backyard. And I wasn't up. I was literally asleep. It was a dream that I had. But what it was is the spirit was literally showing me what was going on, and my dog was in the backyard. So yeah, so pay attention also to your dreams, because sometimes, dreams aren't just always dreams. Sometimes you're getting awareness of certain things. There was, like, another dream that I had, but I can't remember right now. But this is also something to where when I was dealing with a particular person, spirit was showing me 3 condoms. They kept showing me condoms in the dude that I was talking to's book bag. And so I was like, and I was kind of confused about it. And then also I was waking up from dreams of him going to his baby mama's house and stuff, and using my car and things like that. And I would ask him about this, and like, he would give me, like, this stone face, like, and then I'm just like, he's like, oh, it's just a dream, and da-da-da-da. And it's like, no, what it is I literally seen everything that I need to see in regards to him. Over time, I literally found that out, okay? What was your question? So are you saying when you learn that lesson, the next life will be a new lesson, and so on and so? When you learn that lesson, the next life will be a new lesson. Yeah. Yeah. So sometimes also as well, when it comes to reincarnating, that just all depends if your soul is evolved, if your soul evolved enough to where you needed to come back onto Earth. So I believe is my last lifetime on Earth. That's why I awakened during this lifetime. I'm helping other people, move towards, their spirituality, because I'm a life path 9 also as well. So I believe this is my last lifetime. I chose to come here, so I'm a Lyran starseed also as a Pleiadian. So I'm here to help heal the collective. But it just all depends if you learn your lesson. If you're meant to come back, or if your soul, comes back to learn another lesson, to evolve your soul as well, okay? Because that's when we run into, like, karmic debt. So it's like, Say for instance, you didn't learn a certain lesson. You was a shitty person. You didn't follow what you needed to follow in this lifetime, and to where you may not have awakened or anything like that. When we go back onto the astrals or whatever the case may be, when we pass on, you reincarnate to come back because your soul didn't evolve. Okay, so it's like certain things that you didn't learn a lesson, so you're holding on to karmic debt. So it's like that karmic debt. So say for instance, someone was a murderer. Okay, excuse me, confirmation. I was reading about this. So say for instance, you was a murderer, or you was someone who treated people really bad. You look down on on poverty people, or the poor, to where like it's like you look down on them. So that carries along with you. So you'll carry this energy with you when you pass on. So when you come and reincarnate, it's a possibility that you'll either be poor in that lifetime, or you'll be poor or poverty, in a poverty, okay, until you accelerate, okay, or until you ascend and choose the actual lesson, okay. So also, so say for instance, if you was a murderer, what I'm saying, in a lifetime, or you murdered women, or you was very hateful towards women, you may reincarnate as an actual woman, in this lifetime, to where you experience being a woman. Say for instance, you was a slave owner in a past life, to where you owned slaves. You may come into this lifetime being a different race also as well, okay. When it comes to family as well, when it comes to learning certain lessons and us reincarnating with the people that are in our family tree, our bloodline. So say for instance, your mom or your dad, okay? So your mom or your dad was was the child, and you was the actual parent in a past life. So you was your parent to your parents, okay? And so with that being said, you may have reincarnated as their child this time because there's a lesson that you may need to learn. So say for instance, you were neglected when you neglected them, okay, in a past life. So it's like your mom was your child in a past life. You neglected them when they was your child. So when you come back onto earth, you reincarnate with them, and they're your actual mom. Okay, so it's like, and it's like you may go through neglect when you deal with your mom, because it's meant for you guys to actually rise, but a lot of times that doesn't happen. So it's like it's usually one person happens, or neither happen, because so much trauma is there. But that's some of the reasons why we kind of reincarnate with the people that we have encountered. Whether also when it comes to us dating certain people, so say for instance my ex, I had a past life with my ex, but he was karmic. So it's like so they're karmic in this lifetime. Or when you accelerate or ascend, and you move on to your spiritual awakening, you come into your soul family also. So it's like your soulmate. You'll reach into your soulmate, or your twin flame, and this is where you've dealt with this person in a past life also as well. So not everybody from your past life has to be karmic. Sometimes your past life people are people that are meant to help you in this lifetime also as well. Hey Lizzie, how's it going? All right, let me get into the message. That was meant to be said though. So all right, full moon message for the collective at this time. "333" on the timer. And I said at the beginning of this message that some of y'all are seeing 333. And it's funny that I'm starting the message at 333 also as well. You asked another question? I don't see it. I only see one. All right, what else for the collective? So some of you could be feeling highly sensitive at this time, okay? Also, there's a need for you to trust your intuition. Yeah, some of you are feeling kind of sensitive because of this people that you let go of. 333, again, as I said this, okay? 3 of Wands that came out, what I was just talking about earlier today, or earlier in this message. Some of you are seeing 555 also as well. Some of you are kind of in your feelings because of certain things that you may have had to let go and release, okay? And this is something that you don't want to harbor onto. You don't want to hold on to this energy because it feels like someone's like having some sort of like resentment. Someone's like holding on to some sort of energy that is meant to be kind of baggage to where you're meant to let this go. Yeah, Queen of Wands energy. This could be somebody who may have been a fire sign, or you may be a fire sign, or you may be a fire sign dealing with a water sign, or you may be a water sign dealing with a fire sign. But doesn't have to be, okay? Yeah, Emperor and the Empress, okay? That's a pair. That's a pair right here. This is a divine pair. Someone may have been going through situations to where you had to let go of a certain relationship, okay? And you may be kind of harboring onto this energy. But this divine pair just came out. So it's like you have a partner that you're supposed to be with. And with you holding on to this energy of feeling, in your feelings, it's like, feel your feelings, but it's like sometimes people be dragging on their emotions, dragging on their feelings, dragging on the fact of, what was done to them. You may be too much into this victim mode. Yeah, exactly. This is something that was meant to close with the 10 of Wands. This was something that was meant to close out. You're pushing through these burdens, okay? These is burdens. Yeah, wow. 10 of Swords, 10-10. You're seeing 10-10, okay? A lot of betrayal, a lot of backstabbing, all right? But this is the energy of you being backstabbed, okay? Laid out, what I'm saying? And there's a need, and you took these swords out and you pretty much pushing through them, okay? So it's like you may have felt defeated at one point, but like I said, there's an energy of that's gaining momentum to where it's like you're starting to, it's like reminisce. Like it's like you're starting to kind of get the momentum to kind of get out of this energy. You still kind of feel a little bit agitated. You're still a little bit mad about what kind of happened because, a lot of truth has came and been exposed, but you're starting to push through it is what I'm picking up on. And so Spirit wants you to continue to push through it. Don't let the situations that happened hold you back. Yeah, Page of Cups. Wow, this 3 of Wands energy keeps coming out. So definitely this is something of the energy of you needing to look ahead, see what's going forward instead of looking back, and keep on holding on to the past, because that's what I'm picking up on. Is somebody's harboring onto the past. And this could be a recent past, so say for instance, this is something that you had to let go of somebody 5 months ago, okay? You had to let go of somebody 3 months ago. You had to let go of somebody 7 months ago, But this is an energy. Somebody could have dated somebody for 3 months, 5 months, 7 months, okay, and found out that this was not a true relationship. All right, they were karmic. You both was karmic to each other. Yeah, someone's harboring onto this energy because you feel like you made a mistake. Like you're holding on to the past. Okay, so don't hold on to this past energy. Move forward. All right. Yeah, Spirit wants you to move forward. The Hierophant. This could be a Taurus. All right, I might be talking to a Taurus. Doesn't have to be. Excuse me. Confirmation. Yeah. You're over here contemplating, like I said, because you're holding on to the past. This fell right onto the 5 of Wands, or 5 of Pentacles, which is lack, poverty, feeling left out in the cold. Okay. So, that fell right onto that's the 4 of Cups. So this is literally, like I said, Spirit, okay, divine source that is like, look, we got something for you. We got a cup for you. We got some things. And then you got all these cups right here too. So it's like you don't see what you have ahead of you. That's why that 3 of Swords or Wands kept coming out. So it's like, look forward, keep continuing to look forward what you got coming in, in the future. All right. So it's like, don't look too far in the future, what I'm saying, to where you're not present in the moment, but look forward to your future at this time. Okay. Like I said, some of you could be seeing 444 also as well. All right. There's somebody watching also and trying to pay attention to your blessings as well. So pay attention to that. Exactly. Someone's watching the cycles. Someone's watching to see if you got a new cycle coming in. They're trying to see what new you have. Someone may be trying to, pick up on your manifestations, maybe asking you, oh, so what's new? Like I said, somebody's going to be trying to ask, what's new? This fishy offer, these fishy people that may be around you. What do you have new? What's your plans? What are you going to do now that you're not no longer with this person? Or what are you going to do now that you want to kind of move on? Exactly. Somebody wants to know what you're gaining strength for. You've been working on yourself. Like they've been seeing you work out more, or they've been seeing you they've been hearing you have different conversation as well. Okay. So they're like, oh, this person's, sounds like they're really evolving. They're really working on themselves mentally, blah, blah, blah. They want to see who you're trying to go towards. Quit talking to people, okay, about people that you are interested in, because people are trying to, mess up your manifestations before it even comes in. Okay. Like I said, whatever this is. Okay. Someone may be baby stepping their way also to this relationship as well. This divine union. 222 is significant also as well as what you could be seeing. You're getting ready for a union. You're getting ready for a partnership. And you need to keep things quiet. You need to keep things silent. Can a person set their next life up the way they want? I don't really know how to answer that question, so I'm not going to answer that question. I don't really know how to answer that question. Because technically, they say we choose our life in a sense when we come and reincarnate. But most of the times we don't remember, that we chose this life in the spiritual realm. So in a sense, yes. And also, if you came into a spiritual awakening and, you did good the rest of your life, then you don't have much karmic debt that you say you already cleared out that karmic debt and you're in your North Node energy, which is your purpose energy and such. You may not have like harsh lessons that you need to go through. It just depends on if your soul wants to evolve in a certain manner. But, most of the times we don't really remember that we decided to come here and do what we decided to do unless we get enlightened of it or know if we're going to reincarnate, But yeah, so there's like a tower moment that's happening here. Okay, Scorpio energy is significant. All right, so during this Scorpio season could be significant. All right, you may be going through some sort of change, some sort of transition. All right. That is, meant for your happiness also as well. Is that what we can call deja vu? Kind of in a sense. A lot of times, like for instance, when I have deja vu, like a lot of times my deja vu is from my dreams. So it's like sometimes I don't necessarily remember the dream, because we have different dreams when we're in the spiritual realm. But because sometimes I can remember some of my dreams and I'll write them all down. And then sometimes I don't remember any dream. So, so sometimes you can remember your dream and it's like, oh, or you don't remember your dream, or you kind of remember you've been here before. So yes, that is like deja vu, to where, it's like something is familiar about this place. Or if you literally had, say for instance, so also when it comes to past life energy, we reincarnate to certain places that we're familiar with. So, if you're drawn to a certain location or you're born in a certain area, you've been there before most of the times. Okay. So, when you say, for instance, you travel and go to Venezuela. Okay. It's like all of a sudden you always wanted to go to Venezuela, but you don't know why. You just feel like you want to go there. And you go there and like the smell of bread, you get deja vu, like you've been there before. That's because you could have been in a past life, you lived in Venezuela. So, we reincarnate to the geographical grids, the geographical locations that we have been there before. That's why when it comes to your birth chart, you got to put in your location where you was born at, because most of the times where you're born to a certain location is because you've been there before in a past life. It's on YouTube. It's just kind of like Egyptian vibes. Your mom believed in that? Yeah. My dreams have been wild lately. I used to get deja vu from my dreams so much. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you'll get deja vu sometimes. Tracy, you can book by the link in the bio. Okay, is for the readings. Thank you, Joey. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of research on past life. Because that's where spirit, led me to, because, a lot of our past life is very prevalent to what we have going on right now, and why we encounter certain things. That's why they say, your past supports your future. That's exactly what happens. Our past supports our future, and also it gets you an understanding of yourself more. Like, for instance, I recently moved a year ago, okay, to my location of where I'm at now. And so I'm always drawn to the lake. So when I moved here, when I looked this place up, it said the population was 777. Okay. And I don't think it's 777, but it's kind of like an outskirts of a town. And so that was like very significant to me, because it was spiritual. 7 is a high spiritual number. It's a spiritual number. So it was 777. And then also every single place that I needed to go to was 8 minutes away. So I moved here in the year of 8. So this is the year of the snake, which is the year 9. And then last year was year 8. So, that infinity symbol pretty much. So when I moved here, I was 8 minutes away from the store, 8 minutes away from this other store, 8 minutes away from from the lake, 8 minutes away from my gym. So it's like, I was like, okay, hold on. I'm putting this all together. I'm like, okay, scene 777. Not only that, I picked up on this energy of indigenous, because there's some sort of there's a name of this particular lake that I live by, and it's very much gives Indian tribes. And so, I was like, okay, I'm 8 minutes away from everything in an 8 year. This is not like a coincidence. So that was my sign also as well, that I was meant to be here. And before I came here also as well, I kept getting denied in certain places and certain locations. So, it was meant for me to come to this particular home, because it was so easy. It was so smooth. The whole transitions were just so easy. Okay. So when I went to this lake recently, like 2 months ago, okay, I've been at this lake a lot often, but the lake is where I get my answers also as well, because I'm very connected to the water. So recently when I went to the lake, I was getting downloads, because water holds memory. So go to the water, okay? Because it holds memory. So when I went to the water and I was picking up on certain downloads, Spirit was telling me about certain tribes. So I started researching. So I got onto, ChatGPT, and I'm like, what was the tribes, the early settlers in my area, what was they connected to, blah, 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 blah. And so pretty much what these, it told me about these tribes that was here, early settlers. And then it also told me about how they was very connected to the water. Very connected to the water. Some of them was connected to like mountains, to where they migrated to, more of a certain, area as well. And so last year, Spirit told me about my native roots, and Spirit told me about how, I was connected to the mountains also as well. I was a mountain tribe also. So it all literally all came together. So I found out what, parts of my tribes was. It's crazy. It's literally crazy. So it's just like we get to know ourselves over time. It doesn't always come just right then and there, but it's like I know now why I'm here, because I'm meant to up level this vibration of where I'm at. Sometimes you just being in the vicinity, in the state, in the city, you naturally, radiate. So if you are a radiator to where you are, someone who spills out healing energy, I was meant to be here, okay, to spill out my healing energy. These lands are needing healed. So I'm back here to touch these lands that I was used to be in when I was an early settler, when I was, in my native roots. So, like I said, and then, last year I also went to Denver. So when I was in Denver, Colorado, when I first got there, I was seeing a lot of, Indian tribe stuff. Okay. And so my spirit team, they send me a lot of feathers. All right. They send me nothing but feathers. I have like a buku of feathers. So it's like I'm very connected to the birds, the bird spirit, and just the tribes energy. So, you know, when I went to Denver last year, spirit was it was a full moon, which was crazy also as well. Okay. And I was seeing 1010 on the hotel also. And I'm not going to get back too into that, but when I got there, I was feeling, and I seen a lot of like tribal things. Okay. Because Denver is really known for like their, you know, indigenous tribes. So I was called to Denver is, you know, in regards to that time last year, you know, that was a whole transformation for me at that time also as well. So, you know, sometimes, you know, and like I said, there was, before I went to Denver, Spirit told me about, it was either before or after, but Spirit told me that I was part of a mountain tribe. I can't remember my tribe right now because I'm channeling right now. So, but yeah, so Spirit had told me about my mountain tribe also as well. And I was very emotional on that trip also as well. Like I didn't even stay the last day. Like I was supposed to stay one extra day, and I didn't even stay the last day because I was just very emotional. Like I couldn't figure out why I was so emotional. Like most of the times I'm emotional during full moons anyways, but like I was really emotional is because it was the lands. And then on top of that, like I started getting sick. So when I arrived to that place in Colorado, I was sick. Like I couldn't, like the altitude, like I couldn't necessarily, it wasn't meshing for me. But yeah, it's crazy. Like a lot of things that I've been learning about past life, and you know, just how it all ties in with our lifetime right now. All right. But yeah, so somebody is working on their stability, working on their finances here right now. Okay. Soon I will be booking past life readings. Okay. So sometimes I do come on here and I do past life readings. Not all the time though, but I will be soon booking for past life readings. All right. To where you can book on my live, not on my live, but personally. Okay. So follow me and keep a lookout for that, because I'll be letting people know when I'm going to start taking those readings. Yeah. Don't make any impulsive decisions also as well. Make sure you're thinking this out. Also, 1010, like I said, is very heavy in this energy, okay? But judgment is being placed right now, okay? There's a lot of things that are being shown. Okay, a lot of people that may be going through some sort of karma as well. Some of you could be clearing out your karma also as well. Like I said, that's why I said just pay attention to your intuition. You know, sometimes certain things are meant for you to make a decision right then and there. And then some things are, you know, are meant for you to kind of sit with it for a little bit. Yeah, exactly, with the hermit energy. So, you know, pay attention to these things in regards to what you're being shown or what you're needing to do. Because sometimes, you know, we'll be pondering on something for some time, and it's time to make a decision to where it's like, so for instance, an example. So I was looking to move here for some time. Like I said, it took me a year to actually get here fully. So because I was getting, you know, there was people that was, you know, already getting the houses, you know, I would call and the house wasn't available and things of that nature. And that's because it wasn't meant for me to be at those particular places. So then when I got, like, you know, the call in regards to this house that, you know, I'm in right now, it was so quick. Like they was like, okay, you got to move in within 2 weeks. And I'm like, whole time, I'm like, damn, I'm like, usually you give like a month's notice and, you know, and blah, blah, blah. But they was like, yeah, you got to move in within 2 weeks. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, okay, now I got to figure some shit out. And so for a second, I got kind of scared, because I'm like, why they need me to rush into this place? I'm like, something doesn't sound right, you know, like I got kind of scared about it, because I'm like, why would I need to rush, you know? But it was literally in December, okay, or it was November moving on to December. It's crazy because it's literally just a year now. So December was going to be my move-in date, and that was my plan, was to move before the snow came. So move before December, move before Christmas and everything like that. And so I really sat with myself, and I'm like, okay, it took me a year to literally move up out of here. It took me a year going down back and forth trying to find my home. I done got denied all these other times, or not necessarily denied. Like I took it as being denied because somebody else, got the home. So there was one place that I really loved. Like I love this place. Like I'm like, oh my God, this is mine. I'm claiming it and everything like that. And I go view the home, and this other lady comes in and she gives her deposit right then and there. And I'm like, what? Like I went home crying. I was crying. So I was like, wow, like why would I feel like this is literally my home and it's not, and blah blah blah. And like I'm like, I've been looking and searching for a year. And then that was what's crazy is a whole year later, it was the same company, the same rental company that I found that is literally this home right here. So, and what's crazy is that rental company, that person, the landlord was like, it's okay. We have homes all the time. You may end up finding a place, you know what I'm saying, with us, it just may not be the time. And so when I came back and looked at this home, I was like, you guys are the same rental company that I literally wanted to get into this one home. And the lady came and gave her deposit. And she was like, see, she was like, I knew. She was like, that's crazy. It's just in time. Exactly. Listen to spirit. Okay, when you're getting led by Most High, listen to spirit. Listen to your angels. I can't make this shit up. Okay, so it's like, it's just because of denial, you know what I'm saying, you may get denied or something doesn't work out, doesn't mean that it's not, that you're not meant to have it. It's just, it may not be at the time that you're meant to have it. It may, divine timing is at play. It may not be the particular home, okay, that you're supposed to be in, or the location that you're supposed to be in. Because like I said, a year later, the same landlord, and it's like, I'm like, that's crazy, because like all the other houses that I came down here for wasn't the same landlord. And so it's like, it was the same person. So, pay attention to the signs that you're getting at this time, okay? Your angels and your ancestors, Most High is directing you. They're showing you the signs that you need to know, okay? But yeah, so I was afraid to move, within 2 weeks, but what's crazy is also, I'm telling you, this shit was so crazy. Like I was going through it because I'm like, I've never had to make a decision so quickly. So I made this decision like quick because I'm like, nah, I feel really drawn to this place. I was like, it has everything I wanted and also more, So it's like sometimes you are delayed, not denied. Okay. Type in the chat, delayed, not denied. Okay. If you're receiving this message, type in the chat, delayed, not denied. All right. But sometimes you are delayed because something is, meant for you to be very much bigger than you expected. Say for instance, you pray for a house, that is $850, okay, and it has everything you want or whatever the case may be, and then you come across a home, or you come across all these homes and it's a little bit over $850, or it's not necessarily in your budget, or whatever the case may be, and then you come across, and you get denied, or you just, something ends up happening to where you ain't able to get that home, but then there's another home that comes and it has everything you wanted and plus more, that's in your budget, and it's like, and then you automatically get approved for that one. That's because it was meant for you to be approved for that one. So pay attention. You're delayed, not denied at this time, okay? What else? Exactly. Forward movement, okay? Things are balancing out. Six of Swords energy, okay? So things are definitely balancing out at this time. There's some sort of forward movement. And this forward movement fell into this 5. So 5, 6, okay? So that's a step ahead, okay? So whatever this is, yeah, 4, 5, 6. Wow, 4, 5, 6 out here. Okay, that's steps. So taking things one step at a time. All right, one step at a time. And Knight of Pentacles is the slowest card of the deck. So this is something that may have went kind of slow, It's taken time to, get there. Like I said, delayed, not denied. So whatever this is, it may have taken some time. Sometimes when we get a little bit too angsty and we feel like things aren't going our way, you know, it's because we're not being present in the moment. We're looking too far ahead in the future to where we're needing it right now. You know, we always want instant results. You know, everybody want to get, you know, pills to lose weight instead of actually going to the gym, or, you know, going to go get BBLs. Nothing against them, but I'm just saying, you know, people always want instant results instead of waiting for, you know, things that are meant to be on the right time. Okay. If you want a private reading, the link is in the bio. Yeah. So like I said, you're being shown also as well whoever was around snaking you, okay? And why you had to move away from this energy, okay? So don't hold on and don't harbor onto this energy too much anymore, all right? Trust your intuition, high priestess energy, okay? You're being made aware of this in a spiritual manner. All right. What's this full moon showing? What they need to know about this full moon for the collective. Yeah, that's too much, Spirit. I'm not taking all this. This is coming out. This is taking a while to come out. So what I'm picking up on is someone's being very stubborn. You're in a stubborn energy. Like, you feel very stagnant. Like, and this is yourself. This is only you. Like, it's like you may be pointing the finger, but this is like, this has everything to do with you. It's like you're not wanting to necessarily move your feet because you're harboring onto this past. So it's like, move your feet here. Yeah, adjustments are required. I can't make it up. Adjustments are required. It's time for you to adjust. A personal issue reaches resolution. So this is already reached resolution here. This has already been solved. But it's like you keep on harboring onto it, holding on to the past. Oh, I'm a victim. Oh, this happened to me. You know, it's not saying that, you know, your feelings don't matter. It's not saying that you're not a victim. It's not saying that you wasn't a victim in a situation. You know, but it's like when you stay in that energy to where it's like you wanna like curl up in a shell, and you don't want to move forward because it's like you keep on replaying the same type of, you know, situation over and over, and Spirit's like literally pushing you, like giving you a nudge, like go, you know, and it's just like you're just like, no, I don't want to go, I don't want to keep going, I don't want to move forward, I'm scared, I don't want to talk to them, I don't want to talk to this, oh, what, twin flame, oh, soulmate, what do you mean? Like, you're getting the messages, okay? You're getting the messages, and then it's just like, and now I'm hearing stop sign. Like, what? Stop sign, okay? But like, you're getting the messages to move forward, and like you keep hearing this too. You keep hearing to move forward, and it's like, and you just keep on, you know. Hold on, y'all. I gotta do a puzzle. The Netherlands is significant. Hawaii is significant also as well. Seattle is significant. A fiery climax approaches. Your commitment is being tested. So your commitment is being tested. Your commitment to doing what you're supposed to be doing. Your commitment of listening to what your intuition is telling you to do. And it's like, but you're too busy sitting in this Three of Swords energy of heartbreak and betrayal. The whole time, Spirit's like, look what I got. I got something for you. You know, and it's like you gotta when it comes to Spirit, you know, divine plays chess. It's not checkers, it's chess. So it's like, you know, Spirit's like, okay, I moved. I did a move, now it's your turn to move. And it's like you're still waiting around. What's the sign? What's the sign? And they're just like, I already gave you the sign. I gave you the sign multiple times, actually. And it's like, and you keep on asking for the same sign, and I keep on giving you a nudge and a push of the same answer. You're from the Netherlands. Oh, I may be talking to you. Take time to breathe out also as well. If you feel overwhelmed, you feel overworked, you feel as if you don't have the answers, take some time to yourself. Okay, get some solitude. All right, take some time so that you can receive the answers that you know you truly need at this time. All right. Thank you for the likes, y'all. I appreciate it. Someone could be an Aries. Someone could be a Cancer also as well. So So like I said, you're your own. Yeah, this is that Eight of Swords or Eight of Cups energy. You have cups here. You done walked away from your manifestations. Is what is given. Like, I'm gonna just go ahead and leave them cups over there. Like, what do you mean? Like, you keep manifesting, but it's like you're not going towards your manifestations. Like, what do you want to do, really, for real? Okay, like, what do you want to do? Like, you can't always let fear paralyze you, okay? Fear, you may be scared, it is what it is, but you can't always let fear paralyze you, okay? Sometimes when a lot of times fear is a call of, for you to step into it, for you to go ahead and face your fears, okay? So some of you are needing to face your fears at this time. And this is a time also, thank you for the gift. This is a time also to where you're being called to face your fears, because fear has always kept you, bound. Fear has always kept you, stagnant and stuck. So, this is a new timeline. This is a new shift. You have been going through an awakening. So because of the past or because of your fear, you can't continue to let that hold you back if you're going into a new season. Okay, there's been so many things, and trust me, I know, because there's so many things that I was so fearful of. Like I said, I was really afraid to move here, leave my family and come here by myself. Like, I was afraid for so many things, but do it scared. All right, type in the chat, do it scared. All right, type in the chat, do it scared. Okay. Like, I was afraid to get up on here on live, and talk to people, because I'm an introvert. So it's like, I have all these thoughts like, oh, what if I'm not good enough? Oh, I don't feel like I know too much, and blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, I don't know. Like, what if people don't like me? There was so many thoughts that I had coming up in my head. And then I just was like, you know what? Fuck it, we ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, I don't even care. Like, people gonna judge you whether you good or you're not good. People gonna judge you anyways. People always got something to say. So, I had to let that go. I had to release that, because at the end of the day, I was like, this is my calling. This is literally what I'm being called to do. Spirit is literally telling me that I'm a leader, a spiritual leader, a coach. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, so do what you need to do. And I'm like, shit, I'm still kind of scared. But, it's just like, you're never going to get anywhere if you continue to let your fear hold you back. You're just not. You know what I'm saying? Say I let that fear paralyze me, I would still be working my government job that I completely hated, to where, a lot of things that, I would still be living in my hometown that I couldn't stand anybody that was up in there. Okay. I was going through drama that just wasn't even drama that needed to be happening. People that just didn't like me just because they didn't like me. Just weird. So it's like, I just got tired of being in that environment, so I was just like, you know what? If you're tired, do something about it. You're not going to get, nobody's going to come and save you. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get thrown a life alert. Okay. You're going to get thrown a lifeline, the safety, you know what I'm saying? What's it called? A safety tube, what's that damn, when you're drowning in the water, a life, whatever, we'll say a lifeboat. Okay. So it's like, the lifeboat is, or the parachute. Okay. So it's like when you jump, out of a, parasailing, you have the parachute to where you got to pull it at a certain altitude. So it's like, and that's where your help is, but it's like, you have to pull it. The parachute's not going to, what's it called? Whatever it's called is not going to pull itself. You got to be the one to pull it. So, this is the energy, or even when it comes to, the lifeboat, when you're in the water. Okay. So it's like, I have the life raft for you. Okay. Thank you, Lexi. Hey, how's it going? I have the life raft for you. Okay. But you got to be the one to row the boat. You got to be the one to move it. Okay. You got to drive the boat. You got to steer it. So, things are going to be placed in front of you as far as a sign, but you have to be the one to do it. All right. Yeah, hurtful events. So it's like, I understand there's a lot of things that's going on. Hurtful events. I was going through a whole transition. There was people that I had to let go, and I still had to move forward. Like, I'm over here grieving. Like, I'm like, damn, like, I just lost I just had to let go of my best friend. I had to let go of the person that I thought I was going to spend my life with. I had to let go of my family, certain family members. And I'm just like, and the whole time I'm over here trying to move. Also at the same time, I couldn't tell none of them that I was moving. Like, my mom and my dad, like, they was not happy for me when I told them the day that I was moving. I was like, yep, I'm out of here. And they're like, what? Like, and I'm just like, yeah. And so it's like they couldn't even congratulate me. They didn't even congratulate. They looked at me crazy. And I'm just like, damn, like I'm 33 years old. Like, why the fuck is y'all being that way towards me? But that's a song. That's a story for another time. All right. So this was definitely hurtful to me. Okay, hurtful events. But it's like, and I said this like example before, you know, when someone passes away and you have a death in the family, or you have a death that's around you, and you have, you know, you got to take off of work, you know, you don't get allowed bereavement time. They be like, all right, you can take 2 days off or whatever, but we need you back at work on the third day. You know what I'm saying? Because life still goes on, sadly. You know, that's why so many people, you know, are so not in tune with their emotions, because we've had to suppress our emotions all this time. We've had to, you know, push them down like, oh, I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going. Unfortunately, that's just the way life is. We do gotta keep going, because the life is going to keep going, you know, but it's like, how are you going to manage it, you know? And it's like, sometimes when it comes to grief, you know, grief comes in waves. You know, you don't completely, say for instance, you let go of yourself, you let go of certain people, or you let go of, you know, your family, someone passed away. You don't get all your cries out on that day. You know what I'm saying? You don't cry only on the funeral. You know, sometimes 2 months later you're crying randomly. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes a whole year later, it's like all of a sudden you're like, damn, I'm crying about something that that was 2 years ago, you know, because grief comes in waves. Okay. So, you know, sometimes when it comes to spirit pushing you, they're not saying that, oh, you're not going to be able to cry about this. Oh, we're not going to let you, you know, grieve this. That's not what it is. It's just that you're going through a transition, to where this transition, you have to move your feet right now. So it's like, when you move, you'll be able to cry, you know? So it's like, when I moved, okay, and I left and came to this, you know, to this city, I was going through a huge transition with people, you know, let certain people go. I was by myself. I was struggling because I was afraid, you know, because usually I didn't used to make decisions on my own. I used to always call my parents. Was this a good idea? I used to call my best friend, girl, you think this is a good idea? I feel like it is. I used to call my boyfriend. Oh, you think it's a good idea? I don't know, blah, blah. Everybody I was calling say it's a good idea. And it's like, and the whole time I would always relay on what they said. They'd be like, yeah. And I'm like, well, I already knew that. Like, or they would tell me no. And I'm like, but I want to do that. Like, I was always relaying on somebody else, okay, to make the decisions for me. And then I came to a point where I was like, damn, I'm 33 years old. I can make a decision on my own. And it was hard. It was hard for me to do so, because I always relayed on somebody else's opinion. And it was tough. Like, I was crying. I was in tears, y'all, because I was like, I don't know why I can't make a decision without asking somebody else. And so I battled with this for some time. So it's like, so when I moved here, I was like, this is my decision for myself, that I didn't need nobody else, because I couldn't tell anybody that I was moving. So I was like, this is my decision for myself. I'm making this decision. And it was so tough. It was so tough. I was still battling. I was like, man, is it the right decision? I just kept on, you know, not trusting my intuition, you know, but I was trusting it at the same time. So I was like, I was in a wreck, to be honest, for a while. And then when I actually got here, it's been the best decision. It's been the best decision. I had to spend the holidays by myself last year. I had to spend Christmas by myself. That was my first time spending Christmas by myself. You know, spending Thanksgiving by myself. You know, I had to let go of people. And that's when, you know, a lot of the grief hit, you know. So it's like, I had to be tough and I had to be strong so that I could move and handle business. But when it came to, you know, when I got here, okay, that's why I said sometimes when you get to a certain destination, things start to open in itself up, to where it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Now I can grieve. And that's what happened. You know, I got here. I wasn't crying too much when I left. I felt like I couldn't really cry when I was leaving, because I was being so strong. So when I got here and I moved here, all the waterworks came. And it's like, still to this day, you know, I'm still grieving, you know, of people that I had to let go. So yeah, embrace the unknown, okay? I can't make it up, y'all. Embrace the unknown. Type in the chat, embrace the unknown. Okay, because this is exactly what's going on. Your head's in the clouds. Okay, it's like you don't know what's going on. You can't see ahead of you. There's fog all around you. But at the end of the day, you have to embrace the unknown at this time. Okay, you can't always know what's going to be on the other side. You only get certain answers. Okay, so it's like embrace what you don't know, because you never know that this may be, you're getting led towards a certain cavern of secrets. You're getting led to a certain destination because you're meant to. So embrace the unknown. All right. Messages for the collective. Renewal on the bottom of the deck. You're getting something new. Okay. There's been seeds that you've been planting at this time that is coming into fruition. But in order to come into fruition, you have to nurture those plants. Okay? You have to nurture those things. Yeah, acceptance. Acceptance. Let me move this up because you can't really see it. Acceptance. You see how this person looks mad and upset? Okay? This person mad, they upset. It's like, I don't know what I want to do. But see, you have to accept. You have to accept where you're at right now. You have to accept the fact that people did you wrong. You have to accept the fact that you're no longer going to be in that situation. Thank you for the gift. This is your spirit team. You see this person that's right behind her. It's like it's giving you, what's it called? I just lost my train of thought. Encouragement. Okay, this is your spirit team that's behind you. Your ancestor, whoever it is that's on your spirit team that is giving you encouragement. Like, just accept the piece of the pie. Like, just accept whatever this is and just move forward. So it's like you're getting little intuitive nudges. You're getting little whispers, little soul whispers that's like, do this, do that, do this, do that. And you just like, I don't want to do this. I'm afraid. I don't want to do this or that, and blah, blah, blah. And I feel this type of way, and this hurt me, and blah, blah, blah. You're being stubborn, okay? That's why I said this, literally, it took a while for these other cards to come out because you're being stubborn, okay? Quit being stubborn, all right? Could definitely be Scorpio. Wait, is it Scorpio? Shit. A fixed sign. You can definitely be a fixed sign, okay? That's Aquarius, Taurus, fixed signs. Hold on. There's one more, I believe. Yeah. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, okay? Those are all fixed signs, okay? So y'all can be very stubborn in a sense, to where it's like you have a resistance to change. You are so used to your own ways and of that nature, okay? Unless you feel like you want to actually do it, okay? Sometimes you may be a little bit too focused on something, that doesn't really need too much of your attention. You got to refocus your energy. So, you may be a fixed sign, all right? Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius. You don't have to be, but you may have that in your chart, okay? But there's some sort of balance here, okay? There's some sort of balance here. Peace and blessings, Blue Fever. Yeah, despondence. Like I said. Like, it's like, this is that, balance, okay? Exactly, balance. Like, things are being restored. Things are being balanced. And the despondence here, like I said, somebody's mad again. Like, this person is literally mad. But this person is literally expressing their worldly, their worldly self. You may be an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, don't necessarily have to be, but this person is literally expressing their mother earth energy, their fertility. You see how this is right here? The world is actually at her womb. That's fertility. That's literally manifestations. Okay. So some of you may need to work on your gut issues also as well. Okay. The gut is also connected to your intuition. So you may want to work on your gut, solar plexus. This could have something to do with your confidence, your willpower, taking your power back, okay? Also as well. One more. Yeah. What did I say? I said get out of victim mode, okay? What did I just say? Victim. Get out of victim mode, okay? Quest. You are on a new quest. This is a new path here, okay? This is a new path. Get up out of this victim mode. I just said this. I said y'all playing to get in this victim mode. You sitting in that too long, okay? We understand. You're a victim. We understand it. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, I was there too. You know, everybody did this to me. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe my family did this to me. I can't believe my best friend treated me like this. I can't believe that, old dude embarrassed me for 8 years. I was struggling for a while, okay? I was struggling, but it's just like at some point you gotta release it. You gotta let it go, okay? You gotta let it go. You can't harbor onto that energy. So get out of this victim mode, all right? All right. What else here for the collective? Embarrassing you? Yeah. Girl, I done been embarrassed a couple times, and I'm just like, I just be looking at ooh, like, it used to make me, like, it still makes me mad to this day because about me being embarrassed, but I'm just like, hey, I decided to stick with the person. I decided to be there, so it's just like, it is what it is, like I can only be mad at myself for continuously when the signs was all there too. Like the signs was there, like, and I just, and really what it was is like, damn, I don't think I'm gonna find anything better out here because everybody with their baby daddy, baby mama, whatever, everybody's sleeping with each other. Thank you for the roses. And so I was just like, I'm never going to be able to find someone because everybody's raggedy out here. But I had to change my mindset. I had to move into a different location. People from my hometown I wasn't really interested in besides one other person. So, that's just what it is, okay? Support. You're getting support, all right? The wolf spirit could be significant. You may want to look up the significance of a wolf, okay? It could be your spirit animal. But whatever this is, you're getting some sort of support from your spirit team, your pack, okay? Wolves run in packs. They run together. So, you rarely see them by themselves. So this is that support of, your spirit team is around you. Like we just said here, this is a spirit team here that's like giving you encouragement, like keep going. Yes, make that decision. Yes, go ahead, take a leap of faith, step out on yourself, blah, 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 blah. You're getting these little soul whispers. Okay. So it's like, listen to what your spirit team is telling you. You got to trust. Okay. You got to trust. Butterflies is significant. Trust your intuition. The universe guides you. Okay? Ashe? Prosperity lies ahead. All right? Some of you are waiting for certain things, certain doors to open. You can't wait around for everything to open for you. Okay? That door, sometimes doors are locked. You gotta, how you on a game. Okay? We'll just say Candy Crush. Okay? You on some sort of game, okay? You playing a game, and it's like you have to reach a certain level, for you to actually open up a new level or a new gate, when it comes to the game, okay? You just unlocked a new level, okay? So it's like you need so you need to unlock this new level, okay? But you have to reach it at some point, all right? You have to get to that point. You have to get enough points. You have to get enough momentum. You got to be playing the game for a certain amount of time or whatever the case may be, but you can't unlock it until you open the door, okay? All right, we're going to get some significant confirmations. I'm going to get up out of here, okay? I may do some personals. Yeah, I'll take 3. So after I do these, if you want to get a personal, a couple, it won't be too long, but 11/11, okay, for the full moon special. So for your full moon message, $11.11, I will go ahead and honor that today. Let me type that in the chat. List is open for 3 people. It'll be first come, first serve. $11.11. Cash App and PayPal. I'm on cheat mode. Not you on cheat mode. Yes, unlocking new games and characters and shit. All right, y'all. So I'll go ahead and go through these significant confirmations. If you want to get a full moon message here, okay. It's $11.11. All right, I'm only going to take 3 people at this time. So the link is in the bio if you want to go ahead and book your personal message while I'm on live here. Cash App and PayPal is in the bio. If you want to book the personal off of live, I am running the special until the end of this week for the full moon. You'll get a 3-card pull text to your phone. Okay. All right. Significant confirmations for the collective. Significant confirmations for the collective. Significant confirmations for the collective. Manifestation blockages. Well, I was just talking about this. You got to unlock yourself. You got to, I just said this, okay? But this came out. Manifestation blockages, all right? Your manifestations are not coming into fruition because you're not moving your feet. Okay, like I said, you have whatever this is here, these cups that you just don't want to, that you keep walking away from because you don't want to deal with something. Okay, some of you are being stubborn. You got something that's coming in. Like I said, this 4 cups energy. It's like you have these gifts that is here, but you're afraid to move into this energy. That's the why. You're the only blockage at this point. Okay, you're the only blockage at this point. Some of you are picking up on others' emotions, okay? So some of these emotions aren't even yours. So when you're kind of, if you may be an empath, okay? You feel other people's emotions. So also, when we are intertwining our energy with other people's energy, like sex, okay? You're creating a soul tie. So at that point, you may be feeling somebody else's energy because you energetically exchange with them. So say for instance, you recently left a relationship behind, okay? You left some sort of relationship behind. This has been someone you've been dealing with sexually. You may be feeling their emotions, okay? And it's not necessarily your emotions because their residue is still left in you, okay? It's a soul tie. Your bestie is an op, a woman, okay? So someone has a female best friend that is an op. They're not truly your friend here, okay? You may be noticing this. You may be getting confirmations that this person's not really truly your friend here, okay? I'm picking up on this energy to where they make like comments about you, okay? To where it's like, what is it called? Like secondhand comments or something? Secondhand compliments or whatever. Backhand compliments, okay? Backhand compliments. Your ex is sending you love spells. That's what I'm saying. Some of you are dealing with your ex that is not for you, okay? And your ex is sending love spells to where you don't even move forward towards your true love person, your true partner, because whoever this person is making sure you don't move forward, making sure you continue to harbor over them. So you may be randomly having thoughts about your ex, and it's like you don't want to be with that person, but it's like randomly you're having thoughts about them, like, oh, should I probably go back, or did I really make the right decision with that ex? Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Okay, they're doing love spells to where you think about them. Okay, they're doing love spells so that you don't choose somebody else. So also how a love spell can manifest is, say for instance, you know who your person is, your twin flame or your soulmate. They'll have you start, like the love spell will have you start doubting that person. So it's like now all of a sudden you're doubting that that's your person now. That's because whoever this person is does not want you to move on and love somebody who's truly for you. Okay? All right. What else here? Yeah, affirmation. All right. Some of you need to write down this affirmation. I trust my intuition. Okay? You need to say this affirmation however often you can. But this is your affirmation here. I trust my intuition. Type in the chats, I trust my intuition. Hey, Shyla. What else for the collective? Wrongful conviction in court, okay? Someone may have went to court here, okay? You may have went to jail or some sort, okay? And this was a wrongful conviction, all right? So whatever this is, you may know this, okay? That this was something that, you was, wrongfully convicted for something, all right? In court. Someone could have lied on you, okay? You may have went to jail for somebody or something that someone may have lied. Okay, you're getting some sort of justice here. Rich rising. Driving by your home, okay? Someone's driving by your home, all right? This could be an ex person that you was dealing with, okay? A crazy ex. They're driving past your house, all right? At night. At night, early morning, okay? This person may drive past your house when they drop their kids off to work, on their way to work, okay? They may drive past your house when they're on their way to work, or they drive past your house when they drop their kids off at school. And middle of the night also as well, to see if somebody's at your house, to see if a car is at your house. Got some of your mail and committing fraud, okay? So somebody can be committing some sort of fraud here, all right? They could have took some of your mail as well here. I'm picking up on a family member with this fraud. Someone may have been living with you, okay? Someone was living with somebody, and when you would go to work or when you would leave the house, they would snoop around your house, okay? So it's like you trusted this person to be in your home, but when you would leave the house, they're snooping into things. They're going through your drawers, going in your room, and then it's like when you come back, you kind of see things have been kind of misplaced, or it's like you have, even if something's not misplaced, it's like you have this feeling that comes over you. You're just like, I just know somebody was in my shit. I can't point it out. I don't see nothing, but I just know somebody was in my shit. They was. And that thought was coming from spirit. That thought was from spirit. Spirit was literally telling you to be more careful with the people that you have in your house, okay? This is a family member. I'm picking up on a family member. As I say this, your family is gossiping about you. I might tell you a joke, but I'll never tell you a lie, okay? Dates men around their dad's age, okay? So somebody is dealing with somebody who dates men around their dad's age, okay? You're telling the enemy your manifestation, secret enemy. I just said this earlier. I just said to keep these manifestations quiet, because whoever it is that you're telling, they're secretly in competition with you. They're a secret enemy. I just said that there's people that may be trying to come and be in your energy and asking you, what are you about to do next? Who are you about to date? Where are you about to move to? What job are you about to pick up on? What's this? What's that? What's this? What's that? You're telling somebody your manifestations, and they're a secret enemy. This is somebody's childhood best friend is what I'm picking up on. You could be an 80s baby, or they can be an 80s baby. Ooh, I cannot, y'all. I'm telling you, that one friend that has so much to say about bitches and hoes is a toxic friend. Wow. This is a childhood friend, okay, that's hating. All right. This may be a masculine that is coming in contact with his soulmate or his twin flame, And whoever this masculine, this other man is, that is like, oh, bitches be doing this, hoes is this, da da da. They never have anything positive to say about women unless it's something about fucking. They don't never have anything positive. This is somebody who gives like down low energy. They're either down low or they was hurt by a woman and they don't plan to heal, okay, anytime soon. So these are type of men that you don't want to get, you know, any type of advisement from, because they don't really truly like women. Okay? Why you want to know what jobs I'm trying to apply to? Exactly. Thank you for the repost. This came out again. That one friend that has so much to say about bitches and hoes is a toxic friend. That's double confirmation, okay? Whoever that is that you possibly just thought about in your head, yes, it's them, okay? Yes, it's them, okay? You may have automatically kind of had somebody's name pop up in your head. That's exactly who it is, okay? This person's in secret competition with you, okay? So for instance, if you want somebody who is your, you know, you go towards somebody who's your true love, or you're telling somebody, I think this is the one. I think I might settle down and get married with this person. This is somebody who I actually want to be with. This and da 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 da. They're just perfect. They check all my boxes. Da da da. They're just different. They're not, you know, they're not like my usual people that I date. They're blah blah blah, this and this and that. Okay? They're going to hate about that. A secret hater, okay? They're going to hate on that. Because at the end of the day, you know, some people don't want to see you happy. They don't want to see you in certain relationships. You know, some people aren't checking for their person. You know, like, it's like some people really be measuring up their relationships to other people that be around them. Their friends, their so-called friends, you know. You may be somebody who attracts a lot of attractive people. You know, your person may be more attractive than their person or the people that they deal with, or they may be more, you know, evolved or more mature, or actually, you know, more of a mature person than you know, the people that they deal with. So it's like they may try to project onto you, oh, all women are the same, or all men are the same, and, you know, da 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 da, blah blah, all sorts of type of stuff, because they're bitter, because they haven't found the one, okay, or they haven't found somebody who they truly desire and who they truly want. Because like I said, they call everybody bitches and hoes. Thank you for the gift. Because they call everybody bitches and hoes. Okay. Thank you, Shyla. You are under confusion magic. Wow. And then unbalanced chakra, crown. Okay, that's confusion magic attacks your crown. 202, as I look up, you're seeing mirrored numbers. You're seeing a number, and then the same number from the first number. Okay, 202 is significant, 505 is significant, 404 is significant, 808 is significant. Okay, because something's being mirrored back at you at this time. Yeah, 535. Yeah, 535 is also a mirrored number also as well. Okay, so you are under confusion magic. Okay, so confusion magic, thank you for the heart meme. Confusion magic attacks your crown chakra, because on the back it says unbalanced chakra is crown. Okay, so your crown chakra is unbalanced because someone's attacking you could be having a lot of pressure in your head, like a little bit of pressure around your temples. I'm picking up on the back of the neck, like the back of the head. You're having a little bit of pressure also as well. You may be having a lot of headaches also, a little bit of brain fog. It's like you can't even kind of remember certain things that you know may have happened in the early morning, or you know, you're just kind of having like little patches of your day, like a little bit of brain fog that's going on. Okay, this is something also to where you're getting kind of confused on which direction you want to go, because someone's sending magic, confusion magic. So it's like all of a sudden you're like, you want to make a decision, but it's like all of a sudden you get confused again because you get to thinking about something else, because somebody's sending magic to your crown. They don't want you to trust your intuition. That's why I just said earlier today, when that came out, that your affirmation needs to be, I trust my intuition. Type it in the chat again. I trust my intuition. Okay? That is your affirmation that you need to speak. You need to write that down right now. Okay? If you can, write it down right now. Find a pen and paper. All right? And, you know, put a sticky note. Okay, like I have, this is literally something that I look at every day. Okay, I have little sticky notes around my house. If there's something that I need to remind myself of, okay, One of them was I left my 9 to 5 job because I know I'm meant to be an entrepreneur. Okay. I have to look at that on a regular basis because I'm like, I'm reminding myself, okay, you left that 9 to 5, not because, you was, not because you're not going to continue to fear that you left the 9 to 5. You was meant to be a CEO. You was meant to be an entrepreneur. So that's reprogramming my brain. I'm reprogramming my brain to believe that, because my other thoughts, my bad thoughts, my negative thoughts wants me to believe that, oh, I'm gonna have to get another 9 to 5 because I'm too scared that I'm not gonna make enough money, or whatever the case may be. Write things down on a sticky note if you have to, if you got to remind yourself. Okay, it's one of those things to where put a sticky note when you wake up in their bathroom. So it's like you go to the bathroom every day. You go to the bathroom multiple times a day. So it's like when you go in there, you'll be able to see it. Put it on your mirror. You know what I'm saying? You go and brush your teeth. Read that affirmation when you go and brush your teeth. Okay? So it's like when you go and brush your teeth, you see it. Oh, I trust my intuition. The more you see it, the more you say it, the more you hear it, the more your mind will get used to it, your brain. Because your brain picks up on patterns. Okay? And so if you've been in a space to where you ain't been trusting your intuition, and you keep on, having these negative thoughts, then you're just going to keep on having those negative thoughts. So in whatever way you got to do it to where you can say more of your affirmations, because sometimes we forget to say our affirmations. That's one of the reasons why I had to put things up around my house to make sure I remembered it. Okay. Meditation is needed also as well. Okay. Some of you may just need to go for a walk. Okay. Some of you just need to get off of that phone. You need to stop having all this screen time. Quit scrolling. All right. You are under confusion magic once again. Okay. Significant confirmations for the collective. You're not expressing yourself, your true self, because you're afraid of rejection. Okay. So some of you, you don't speak up for yourself. So it's like, say for instance, you don't like what somebody's doing. Okay. So it's like somebody who's around you, you always, you're really close to. Like, this is something that, a lot of society does. I was one of them also as well. I still do sometimes every once in a while, to where, some people won't even tell their actual person, their partner that they're with, their married, their spouse, their cousins, their sisters, their mom, their dad. They won't even tell them what they truly feel because they're afraid of what somebody else is going to say. They're afraid of being rejected. You're afraid of making them mad. And that's when you come into a space of people pleasing. Okay. I'm going to be talking about people pleasing and the ways that these things show up also as well. Probably sometime next month or maybe later on this month. I'll talk about it. Okay. I'll probably do a post about it also as well. But people pleasing can show up in multiple different type of ways. Okay. And so with you not speaking up on the things that you actually truly want to say, because you're afraid of what someone else is going to say, you're afraid of being rejected, you're afraid of whatever, then that's something to where you're rejecting yourself. Because right here is you have something on that you want to say, and it's like built up right here. So you may feel a little bit of pressure. That's your throat chakra. Okay. So it's like your throat chakra, you want to say certain things, and then you kind of get this knot in your throat. Like, it's like you feel like, oh, I can't say it. Like, I don't fit. Okay, so it's one of those things to where it's like you feel like you got to keep yourself from saying something. You need to clear that throat chakra out. Okay, so when you speak more of the things that you want to say, the things that you actually truly believe in, you're opening that blockage up. Okay, you're opening it up. All right. Type in the chat, I open up my throat chakra. I speak my truth. Type in the chat, I speak my truth. Okay? So express yourself. Don't be afraid of rejection. All right? Sometimes rejection could be protection. All right? Rejection can be redirection. All right? So it's like, don't always be afraid of rejection. Sometimes we need to be rejected. Like I said, I was rejected a couple of times, not because of an application, it was just because someone came in and gave their deposit. All right. So it's like that was a form of rejection because someone, put their deposit before I could. So that was a rejection because it wasn't meant for me to be in that location at the time, but it was still meant for me to come here. See what I'm saying? Like, it's like spirit is all over here because I keep on messing with my nose. I promise I'm not I promise I don't do any drugs. Okay. But, Yeah, so what I was saying was, sometimes rejection is redirection. It's just not the time, or, whatever the case may be, but it doesn't mean that it's not, for you, okay? What was the affirmation I said earlier? Delayed but not denied, okay? Type in the chat, delayed but not denied, all right? Hex was casted on your bloodline, break by, or love hex, okay? So break by self-love and healing your past wounds. So some of you have, your family, everybody in your family has had fucked up love situations. They can't really find true love. People think that they're in love, but they're actually with their karmic, okay? They're not in true love or anything like that. This is because there was a hex that was casted on your bloodline. So sometime, could have been 1500s, 1200 BC, just whatever point in time somebody was like in your family, what I'm saying? It could have been a witch, and your family is never going to see the light in the day of a love life, or whatever the case may be, or true love and blah, 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 blah. You know how it is in them fairy tales, and fairy tales really be true, okay? They really be real, all right? But it's like one of those type of things to where you have to break that hex. And in order to break that generational curse is bringing more love to yourself. And when you bring more love to yourself, then you attract your true love, okay? Someone could be a 60s babies or 70s baby, all right? Someone has good intentions also as well here, okay? You already know your soulmate, okay? I just said this. I said this earlier. Someone already knows their twin flame or their soulmate. You already know them, okay? And someone's literally giving you seeds of doubt that this is not your person, but all the signs add up that this is your person. You've been getting dreams about this person. You've been seeing their name. You've been seeing signs about this person. For some reason, you can't stop thinking about this person. Whatever the case may be, you keep getting, certain signs about this person. This is your soulmate, all right? They have good intentions. All right. So whoever this person is that has good intentions and is not, someone with bad intentions, this is who your true person is. Okay. There's she ain't no diva. Also as well, child neglect. Okay. Someone could be neglecting their child. All right. You may know somebody who's neglecting their child. You may be dealing with somebody that was neglecting their child. All right. This is somebody who puts on a facade. Like they act as if they're all holier than thou. All right. She ain't no diva. All right. The women in your family, you could be a woman, okay, and you birth women. Like the women in your family birth a lot of girls, okay, or every single woman in your family has girls, okay, and that's because in your bloodline you're meant to pass down the generational knowledge, okay. The woman is the original creator, all right. It ain't no man, all right. So that's a story for another time, all right? The woman is not getting her rib or whatever the case may be from a man, all right? The woman is the original creator, all right? So, the woman passes down her generational things, through generations. So that's why, spiritually wise, you're meant to pass certain things down if you have a daughter. Okay. So some of you, if you're very much spiritual, you're going to have a daughter most of the times because you may be meant to have a daughter because it's meant to carry on the lineage. A lot of people think that, passing on is like male things, like, oh, my what's it called, legacy, and it's like men think that it has something to do with their son, passing on a legacy, and a lot of times it's the woman because we're directly connected to divine, okay? So a lot of times it's the woman, unless that son, not saying the son is doesn't have that, because sometimes a son can have spiritual, enlightenment also as well, because of their star seed as well. But a lot of times it's the woman because she carries the portal, she carries the womb, okay? You are under confusion magic also as well. This could be a biracial person that's sending you this energy. All right, y'all, that is the end of the collective. Personal for your full moon message, $11.11. I will allow 3 people. All right, I didn't see anybody send anything in, so the list is open. There's nobody on the list right now. I will stay on here until 4:55. If no one has sent in, I'll go ahead and get off of here. Okay, or you can book a personal off of live. But I'm running this 11/11 special right now until for the full moon messages. You're welcome. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the gifts, y'all. I appreciate it. Thank you for getting me to 21K likes. How much are the readings? Jazz, I don't know if you're still in here, but I am having a full moon special right now. 3 people can get on the list. It's $11.11. I'm about to pin it again. Or if you want to book a personal, the link is in the bio for that also as well, off of live. Thank you for the gift. Okay. All right, list is open. 3 people only. I'll be on here until 4:55. And I'm gonna get off if nobody books, okay? But the collective is over, okay? You're welcome. Where is the case to this? Oh, goodness. What time is it? Yeah. Gratitude for cleansing and purifying my energy of any impurities, negative energies, negatives. I declare and I decree. I release any energy that is not meant to be of mine, Ashe, and I transmute it to divine energy, Ashe. Thank you for the follow. List is open, $11.11. If you want to get a personal reading for your full moon message, you can also click the link in the bio to get a personal off of live, and I will text you your reading. I just tried to book for the 11/11, but I don't know if it's for the reading or the text. Let me see. Yeah, you did the text one. Did you want it right now or did you want to do the text? Do I send the money through Cash App after booking or through PayPal? Whichever one you want to do. For the text option, is that a general reading or I can ask up a specific question? I think I have an option on there to where you can ask a specific question. If it doesn't allow you to ask the specific question, I'll text you. When you book, I'll go ahead and text you and ask you if you have a specific question. Was you wanting yours right now, or was you wanting to get a text message? Like, do you want yours on live right now, or do you want to get a text message? For those that are just joining, the collective is over. We are on personals right now. There's 2 more minutes for me to be on live. If you want to book the full moon message personally, okay, while I'm on live right now, you can send in your payment, or if you want to book the text message option, just go click the link in my bio and click the options that is available for the times. I got your Cash App. You said you want to get the text message, so you booked for 11 a.m. So I'll be sending that at 11 a.m. or I can do your reading right now. Okay. Lenari, I see that you booked also for 11:05. Okay, you put your question in there. I see it. You're welcome. I'll be texting you sometime soon. I'm going to go back to bed, and then I'll probably get your text out around that time. Lenari also as well. Did you want your message on here, or did you want it to be text to you? And you can send that payment through Cash App or PayPal. Lenari, are you still on here? someone has a loved one here that just came through. It's an aunt. She's kind of like going in and out, so I can't really pick up on what she's trying to communicate at this time. This is something urgent though. Excuse me, confirmation. She's giving me like she's kind of like Latin descent. Picking up on like Latin descent here. You may have recently had a dream about her, or you may have seen her name or something recently. Like something's been significant, or her death date is coming up here soon, or her birthday or something significant. This is why she's kind of around right now. She has a message for you, but I don't have time for it. All right, Lenari, I don't see you on here, so I will be sending you a text, but I'll be waiting for your payment to come through. Okay. So you'll want to send payment before I send that text message. But I'm gonna go ahead and get up off of here. Deb, you have somebody who's surrounding you. You have an angel, an ancestor, a loved one that passed on that's surrounding you. They want you to know that you're not alone. You feel it? Yeah. They want you to know that you're not alone. You're going to get through these tough times also as well, is what I'm picking up on. Maybe having some tough times, anxiety, depression, like kind of get a little bit sad around the winter season. They're letting you know that you're not alone. There may be an animal that's significant also as well. You either have like a cat or a dog, but I'm picking up on like a dog. But if it's a cat, like if it's a cat, it gives like dog energy. You may have a cat and a dog, or it's just there's an animal that's significant. Your animal may be kind of showing you a little bit more love or acting a little bit weird. You have a trained cat? Okay. This cat gives like dog energy. Oh man. Yeah. That cat gives like dog energy. That's funny. Does this cat sit by the window a lot? Because I see this cat like looking out the window a lot. Like they like to be by the window, a particular window, like with curtains. There's like it's always likes to be by the window.
Leaf patented filter technology keeps debris out of your gutters for good. Call 833 Leaf Filter or visit leaffilter.com.
Yes, messed up my blinds. Wow. That's why I said it's like this cat gives like I'm doing a pet reading. Clearly, it's coming out. This cat gives like dog energy. Like she is it a girl? Because I'm hearing she wants to go outside. Like she wants to be outside. Okay, I got your PayPal, Lenari. His name is Forrest. Okay. Interesting you named him Forrest. Like I said, because they want to be outside. It wants to be outside. I don't know. That's random. He was found in the forest. Oh. I'm looking at this and it says fairies. And I was just about to say like fairies, like tree people type of energy. This is like it's like an old soul. Uh-huh. Yeah, this is like an old soul like type of cat. You found them, you found it for a reason, because it's like you have like a soul connection with this cat. He was dying of scabies and I saved him. Mm-hmm. Ooh, I got the chills. Yeah. You have a soul connection with this cat. You was meant to find this cat. It's your spirit animal. Spirit said to split the deck. Compassion. Compassion. This is like a animal companion. Compassion is the warmth of the soul. Give it to others and yourself. Inspiration. Okay? You may be getting some new ideas here soon. That was random. You may be getting some new ideas here soon. Okay? This has something to do with your hands. If you're very crafty, like something to do with your hands. Getting some sort of inspiration. This is something to where you may want to do some sort of arts and crafts or some sort of crafts during the winter season. It'll keep you occupied. Okay? Yeah, your cat was coming through. That's funny. I'm a member of a cat family anyway, so, you know, and dogs. So Bast and also Basset and Anubis. So Anubis is the dogs. It's the Egyptian god that has the dog head, and then the Bastet is the Egyptian goddess that has the cat head. You're welcome. Yeah, they just randomly came through. You see how the music paused? Like it just paused because it was meant for you to hear that message. And then someone just joined named Kitty Kata. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, there was a cat. That cat was coming through. It was either the cat or it was somebody around you. But its spirit is around. That just came through to me. So that was the message. Yeah, that's why I said there may be something to where if you're able to take it outside with you, but it wants to get some fresh air is what I'm picking up on. It wants to kind of get some fresh air. All right, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get up off of here. Cat goes out all day when it's nice. Okay, that's good. All right, yeah. It likes to be outside for sure. It's giving fairy vibes. It's very much giving fairy vibes. Like it's like a spiritual fairy. Especially it being found in the forest. Like, yeah. It's definitely giving a spiritual fairy for sure. Thank you. All right, y'all. Link is in the bio if you want to book that reading. I'm going to get up off of here. All right. I'm going to go back to bed. And those of you that booked personally, privately, I will be sending your messages out. Okay. So keep a lookout for that. All right. Peace and love, y'all. I'm out of here.